Well, hello, Joseph. At least somebody's here. No, thank you. I just fed them so there's stuff in the water, but such is life. I'm going to redo it tomorrow afternoon because it used to be just haps. And when I had a tank crash, I threw all the cichlids in here, so now it's haps, peacocks, Mambuna, and they need more hiding spots. And for some reason, it looks overcrowded, but it's just because I think they like the camera. It's pretty strange. I've never had hammy fish before. They usually run. Yeah, I'm snagging Kevin and K9 spot for today because I slept all day, so I'm awake. So I decided if nobody came, I'd just talk to my fish as usual. So I was gonna show my new critters if there's a few people. But it's been a pretty good week. And what about you? I should be more alive and be able to get to your streams now. Went to the doctor and got my all my missing medications. So that was a good thing. There's always work to be done in the fish room. So mostly now it's just straightening out fish and putting them where they're supposed to be. Oh, and you could email the recipe for the spicy stuff. It looks absolutely awesome. That was a beautiful table setting. I'll tell you, man, you got a wonderful wife. I'd love to meet her. I think she seems like a fantastic woman.
Alrighty.
Hey, que pasa, my friends?
Couldn't let you stand up here alone.
Oh, don't look like that, Kevin.
What?
It's pretty good. We got more people online than in the chat.
What?
Hey, Jeffrey.
I'm busy. I'm busy warming up my brain shrimp eggs for my next batch.
Train tracks.
I'm having issues getting it to.
You're having issues. What?
Nothing.
Making brine shrimp.
This brine shrimp hatchery, I'm going from the top like it recommends, and it's not. There's still eggs on the side that are not getting.
Yep. I have. Mine does that too. You can do it from the bottom or the top. I ripped out the top section and I'm just using the bottom section because it works so much better.
What do you mean you ripped out the top section?
I have a tube that has an air stone coming from the top. On mine, the lid, and then I have a tube going to the bottom also.
Oh, it is there.
I have since removed the top.
How's it going? Sorry, guys.
I have since removed the top, and I'm only using the bottom.
Jeffrey
and I get a lot better. Go ahead.
Jeffrey suggests that I go from the bottom.
Yeah,
but
I would
also
too.
Tried doing both.
You gotta fine tune the air from the bottom. You just want it like literally blub, 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 blub. You don't want it full blast because it'll break up the eggs and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I had mine going full blast because I've been testing mine every batch, and if I have the air go too much, I have like very little hatching. If I have it
Oh,
turned down to where it's just nice and calm, you know, like maybe an air bubble every half a second, it's fine.
well, I'm
That
using
seems
the
like
USB
way too
nano-
little air.
Well, technically, you don't need any.
Yeah, you don't need the air is just to circulate the water to keep the eggs not laying on the bottom. You gotta find the right balance between lifting the eggs up and not destroying the eggs.
Because technically, you don't need any air to hatch brine shrimp. Technically, you may not get as much, but technically, you don't need any.
Oh no, I think you get the same, roughly the same amount. I mean, dude, I did sea monkeys as a kid, no air in that.
Well, that's true.
It was just, I mean, I don't know how they sell them now, but it was literally like I'd say like a cup, a 1 cup container that you put the water and everything in and the eggs.
Aren't sea monkeys a type of brine
Nope.
shrimp?
They are brine shrimp.
I thought they were a type. I didn't think they were the same.
Oh, they're the same.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure they're similar, but not exact same.
oh no, that's pretty cool. Whoops.
And I cannot get these. Well, I don't know. I need to figure out how to get the mud skippers to actually eat from.
Practice, practice, practice. Okay, let's see.
You mean persistence, right?
Yeah.
It might take months for the fish to become acclimated to you enough that it would take food from your hand.
Well, I've had them for like 2 or 3 months, so I'm trying now.
Aren't they awesome?
These
When I mean months, I mean like 6 months and even more. I've seen it take.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm starting now, because it's been like 2-3 months.
But it
At
hasn't
least
been
for that one.
Yeah, but it hasn't been because you haven't been doing it. It's like it can take a while from the beginning of you starting. Not just that you have the
Well,
fish.
No, but I'm hoping that since I already started, or I've had them for a little, they're at least a little bit used to me now.
Nope. They might be used to you, but they're not used to your hand holding food. They got to get used to your hand holding food.
But the first step is getting them to be used to me. Period.
Not necessarily, because it's a totally different getting used to. Getting used to you walking by the tank is like A. Feeding them with your hand is like B.
Yeah, and so I'm starting on B now.
Yeah, A and B are not related at all.
Okay, Roundhouse.
My point is, just because they're used to you walking by the tank and seeing you, it's starting off brand spanking new by trying to feed them. Because they're not used to a big...
Sort of like when you start trying to feed an Oscar by hand, usually they bite you, but then they get the idea that you isn't the food. They get the idea where the food is. It takes them a while to figure things out.
In essence, look at it like this. Writing with your left and right hand. You can write with your right hand perfectly if you're right-handed. Doesn't mean you can write with your left-handed the same way. You still got to practice.
That's totally different, though.
I'm using it as an example.
And I'm saying those are extremely different.
Not really. I mean, you're still starting off scratch.
But you need them to get used to you coming by the tank before you can actually start training them to eat out of your hand. You're not going to go from day one and start getting them to train to eat out of your hand because they're just going to skitter away.
I would have done that to be day one, feeding by hand. Because then they will get used to you and your hand feeding them at the same time. Then you're doing the same thing at once. Like my fish are used to me walking down and feeding them, but if I stick my hand in the tank, oh, they're gone. Doesn't matter how used to they are you feeding them. It's the situation of there's something new, a giant skin bagged full of water, which is your hand sticking into the water. They're not used to the hand.
A hand going into the tank would, if I were a creature, would scare me.
Yeah. Oh, for instance, okay. So do you like hamburgers?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Except not the yucky Whataburger we went to.
Well, no. It's kind of like going, okay. If a waiter or waitress brings you a burger, you're fine with it. But if a giant hand comes down from the clouds and gives you a burger, you're going to be like, holy shit, what the hell? Doesn't matter the situation of you liking the burger. It's the situation of how it's being delivered. If that makes sense.
Yes and no. But they're getting used to you.
Yeah, but in a totally different way.
But the first step is them getting used to you and being in the environment, and then you start on something new. You don't just say, okay, day one, they're scared as shit. Now I'm gonna try to start feeding them and make them even more stressed out. Letting them settle in and get used to you being around is the first step. Then the second step is, okay, now I'm going to start.
Yes. And the first step and the second step are unrelated.
But
it would be the same thing as, okay, if you use tongs, they have no clue what the hell that tong is there for. If you're feeding by hand and then you start using a tong instead of your hands, that would be a third step. You got to get them used to the tongs and not your hand any. It all it's just a different thing that they're seeing. They're not going to trust it.
So what's been going on in your fish room, Lori?
New critters.
Oh, you got your steaks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just realized that those were the steaks that you were talking about a week. What was it? 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My God, it's December already? Jesus Christ, where has the year gone?
I know.
Have you noticed the older you get, the shorter the years are?
Oh, yeah. My mom used to tell me that, and I used to tell her, yeah, right.
I thought that was bullshit too, but man, our years just flying by.
That I'm saying, God, I remember when bread was 50 cents a loaf.
Yep.
all I can say is the last 2 years have been feels like it's been they've been crawling though.
Well, you got to be a mover and a shaker. You got to get out and shake that ass.
But with everything that's been going on, feels like it's
Oh,
been quite a long time.
just go out. Who cares what's going on? Live your life. Don't be scared.
Yeah, okay, sure, Roundhouse.
No, it's actually a big problem now. A lot of people are scared to live their lives.
To go out, yes. I know my aunt won't go on a plane. She won't go eat anywhere unless it's takeout.
See, that's just, I don't know.
She's being extra cautious. Which I don't totally blame her, except for the fact that when we're eating and when we're at the dinner table at grandma's house, she's still breathing the same air. So what's the point of us putting on masks again when we're eating like less than 6 feet apart?
No, I don't play that. I'm not going to let anything beat me. The trade centers happened. I didn't become scared for that. This happens. I'm not scared of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that a lot of people aren't really getting through their skull is this is forever now.
Yeah, it's not
Every
going
year,
away.
every day of the year from now on, you're going to be hearing about this.
And a new variant.
Yeah. I mean, hell, the United States, California had one case, and they're already they're already talking about lockdown. I mean, really, stop being scared. It's one case, one.
Yeah, well, when I heard the guy in Minnesota that got it when he went to the anime convention, now people are all going to be, oh, I'm not going to go to a convention.
Yeah, and it's just going to ruin your life.
And there were 53,000 people at that convention.
I mean, I went to a GCCA meeting in March when it was all popping up. I didn't give a crap because I wanted to go to the show. It was a big mistake. I almost beat the hell out of people, but that's a whole different story.
Wait,
We went to Aquashella.
What's GCC?
Greater Chicagoland Cichlid Association.
Oh, thank you. Wait, they had it in person at that time?
Oh, hell yeah. March. What would that be? 2020? No, 2019.
2019.
That's when it was popping off. When
it was
because Trump was still president at the time. It was before the election. And the election was in 2020, correct?
March of 2020 is when COVID started.
Well, actually, it was January.
Yeah, then it was March of 2020. It was right when everything was popping off.
Yeah.
March of 2020.
January.
No, because March of 2020 is when they actually started doing lockdown and knew what was going on. Before that's no.
Okay, then it was March of 2020 I went.
That's why I'm saying March.
Because half the country was already locked down. I still went. I don't care. I'm not going to let anything scare me away from something I want to do.
I think at some point you do need to live your life, but at the other hand, you don't want to be stupid either.
I mean, look at it this way. On December 7th, 1941, when Japan kicked our asses, we didn't go hide in a hole. We stood up and said, "You're not going to beat us. We're not scared of you." so on and so forth.
Oh no, you can't see me.
I keep
What?
trying to light my hand on fire.
Well, that's not really a good idea.
Oh, I got one of these the cheap non-Bic crack lighters,
Ah,
and the metal housing fell off. I don't have the metal housing anymore.
oh,
So I keep picking it up and wanting to flick it while my thumb is over the actual,
Fire.
where the
Yeah.
where the fire comes out instead of where the handle is. Damn crack
That's
lighters.
dangerous.
Yeah, well, I went to the gas station and that was the one thing I forgot was a lighter.
God, we're always forgetting lighters.
Yeah. And it was like the one main thing I went for. But my brain was thinking about the car until I woke up tonight and I found out that they ordered the part that I sent them the information on.
So what? You were having a cow fit for nothing? That's a surprise.
Well, what do you mean for nothing? When they
It's
can't find a part for your car,
They
that's not
did-
a nothing.
No, but they did it. They did order the part.
Yeah, but they didn't find it. I found it.
But you were having a fit because you didn't think that they were going to actually order that part in.
Oh no, they were going to order the part. They didn't. They might not have realized it, but they were ordering the part. I didn't care how. Even if it cost $500, they would have ordered the part.
What part was it?
The power steering pulley itself.
Oh,
What? You were going to pay $500 for it?
No, they were going to pay $500 for it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you must not. Well, you don't have a car. You don't realize that if they break it, they're responsible for it.
Sure, except it's not always how... Okay.
Oh, that's how it works.
You be stupid and naive then, Roundhouse.
no, if they break your car, they fix it.
You have no clue how the world really works, Kevin. That would be like saying if someone crashed into your car, oh, well, you fix it yourself. They don't have to fix it. No, they have to fix it.
Let's see. Yeah, sure. When all those fires happened because PG&E fucked up and cut corners, who do you think actually pays for the damages for them fucking up?
PG&E.
It wasn't them.
Ultimately.
No.
Then that's your fault for not standing up for your rights. You should be going. You should be calling your representatives and saying, "Listen, no, I shouldn't have to foot the bill for this. You make PG&E pay." But the problem is no Californians ever call up and do that.
Sure, PG&E pays maybe, but then they jacked up the rates. So who's really paying for it?
Then you call them and say, "Why? I shouldn't have to pay for this." They jacked up the rates right after the settlement, or whatever the fine. Again. Call your representatives, but they won't do anything about it because they don't give a shit about you. They only give a shit about money.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm confused.
My point is you got to change the people that run your state. If they're not doing what you want them to do, you got to vote them out. That's your right. That's your job as a civilian.
Okay, I really love those Corys, but I want to put them in a 10-gallon so that I can breed them. I want to put them in another tank so I can actually breed them because they're in the 55 and they're not going to breed in there.
Why wouldn't they?
They are because they're with the Angels.
Doesn't mean they won't breed. The Angels will eat the eggs.
Did you know what I meant, Roundhouse? Smartass.
Okay, now, boys. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hey, Dee Dee.
I mean, hell, somehow I had plecos breed in a Mangano tank.
Oh, I took my Pleco in his cave out. I don't know if anything's happening in that cave.
Or at least I'm assuming that, because I doubt that they can grow to the size they are in like 3 days. So the babies would have had to have been already hatched and stuff while the Manganos were still in there. I would assume.
Yeah, you know what happens when you assume. Then again, you do that all the time.
The thing about me assuming is you have a life experience. You can assume more correctly than without.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wouldn't be assuming about hot air balloons because I have no clue anything about them.
They crash.
Yeah, but you know what happens when you assume, and you do it all the time.
Yeah, it's usually correct.
No, you make an ass of yourself.
Not at all.
Sure.
Okay, another subject, guys.
Why? I'm enjoying this.
When are you gonna get a bird, Pussy? We gotta get you a bird now too.
When you send her one, Roundhouse.
You need like a good bird, like a cockatiel.
Yeah, when you send her
Oh
one.
no, I need like some kind of cool parrot that my niece breeds.
Just stay away from African Greys.
Although they're like,
oh no, she has ringneck conures and just absolutely beautiful.
Although
ringnecks, are you talking about those blue ones with the black ring?
Yeah, the ones on my
Oh
channel.
my god!
The ones on my channel.
Did you know that's an actual parakeet?
Yeah.
The parakeets that we call parakeets are not really parakeets.
Yeah, no, she has parakeets and parrots, and she also breeds macaws.
Okay, but you do know that they're like $1,200 for them too, right?
Yeah.
But I may get a little bit of a discount. I am her aunt.
Yeah, but still, you're not going to get them for free. I doubt she'll just give it to you.
Oh, the hell you shouldn't. If it's family, you should get it for like $1.
No.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Seriously, it's one bird out of the clutch.
True.
One of my exes from high school had a chinchilla.
Oh, I had a chinchilla. They're cool.
Yeah. She broke up with me when I accidentally knocked over. She was letting it run around the house, and I accidentally knocked over a pop onto it. She was pissed.
A pop?
A pop. Pepsi.
Yeah, I know. You knocked a... Yeah, I would be pissed too.
It's not my fault. She shouldn't have had it running around.
Yeah.
I used to have sugar gliders and ferrets. I bred sugar gliders for a while, but my hands got too bad to tame them.
We were watching my friend's ferret at the time, and we were letting it play, and we decided, let's take the blanket, put it in the blanket, and do the like you do with the kids, where you pull it taut and you bounce it. Oh, it had so much fun.
I was going to say that's something that a ferret would love.
Oh, it was. I mean, it kept running back onto the blanket when we were done. We did this for like a half hour, and our arms were tired, so we stopped, and the ferret's still running back onto the blanket like it wanted more.
Oh, ferrets have tons of energy.
Yeah.
But
it was an illegal ferret. It was a wild, what I would consider "quote unquote" wild, because it was still, it was, they didn't descent it, they didn't neuter it or anything like that, like they do.
Mine weren't neutered.
Oh, all of them are neutered now. I don't think you can find a ferret that's not fixed.
Wow. Poor things. Although I do believe in spaying and neutering, but
See, I don't. I don't believe in cutting the ears on the dogs or the tails on the dogs or anything like that.
yeah, well, I don't like that. Actually, I believe people should be spayed.
I seriously do. You've had 15 abortions this year? Okay. This is your free time. You get a hysterectomy.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. I liked Beastmaster. It just to train a ferret that good, yeah, it's a lot of time.
They train this thing to go into the bathroom and jump up on the toilet to poop.
Yep. You can do it with cats.
I couldn't believe it. They're like, "Oh, if you're letting them run around, make sure the toilet lid's open." I'm like, "Excuse me?" Like, yeah, we train them to go. I'm like, "Oh shit." This is when I was like 16 still. Like, dude, no way. You can't. You could do that. Lo and behold, yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's just like they decent pet skunks.
Well, a ferret is related to the skunk somehow. It's like in the same family or whatever, because they have a scent gland also.
Well, you know where a cat scent gland is, don't you? The top
That's
of
it.
the head.
Oh, I was thinking their neck, because they always rub their neck on stuff.
Yeah, it's on the top of their head. Luckily, it's a smell that
Yeah, Jeffrey, all ferrets that you buy in like stores now are all descented and fixed. It is extremely, extremely hard to find. Again, I'm going to call it a wild type ferret.
probably in Texas.
Even Texas, nope. It's like a federal law or something to that. Every state does it. Everyone has to do it.
Aw.
And I've never liked that because if you're buying an animal, why do I want to buy half an animal?
Well, my snakes are definitely not fixed.
You go and same thing with dogs and cats. You go and get them. They're automatically spayed and neutered now. What if you don't want them spayed and neutered? What if you want a real dog?
Then you get it off Craigslist.
True.
I babysat a raccoon once. It was a disaster.
Oh my God, the raccoon lady. Oh Jesus, that was a scary house.
It decided, it figured out how to open the cage. And when I got there after school, it had opened every kitchen cabinet, ripped open a lot of boxes, taken labels off cans, managed to turn the water on. The sink was filled with flour and sugar, and it was a mess.
We found
hours to clean their house.
We found a baby raccoon underneath one of the cars, and we ended up driving an hour and a half to this lady's house that was a raccoon sanctuary. Oh my God. If you think fish people are bad, she had cage upon cage upon cage. You walked into the front room, the kitchen. There was cages everywhere full of raccoons. I could not. It blew my mind. I'm like, dude, how the hell does this house not stink?
We have prairie dogs out here too. I want a pet prairie dog, but probably not a good idea with my dogs.
I still want to pick up a blue-furred fox.
Well, when you have a few million, no.
Oh, they're like $60, $70.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was at Lee Watson's reptile swap, and I almost bought one.
That would be totally cool.
It was gorgeous, though. It was a puppy. Well, I mean, I don't know what a fox is called, but it was a puppy. Like the size of my hand type puppy,
Aw.
and the coloring was it was the most blue merle I've ever seen. It wasn't gray; it was actually a blue sheen.
Oh, that'd be cool. I was going to get a Coyote Monday because that's like always been one of my favorite animals. And I have a friend in Texas who had a Coyote Monday. And you definitely do not want to get a male Coyote Monday if you're a girl because they get really amorous. And they have very long claws. And it's just not a really good idea to have one. So there went my idea of having a Coyote Monday. Yeah, when my daughter got an IUD, I said, you know, Molly, I've seen pictures. And she goes, yeah, I know pictures of babies holding IUDs in their hand. But she already got pregnant on birth control, so.
What?
Hey!
Wait,
Oh,
what?
it's possible.
We were just talking about raccoons.
Wait, what did you just say? She got pregnant on birth control?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
it's quite common.
Yeah, it's like, it's only 99.9% effective when it isn't. Teresa, who's now in the chat, is one of my friends, and we have a friend, Robert Bonaire, who I think it was last year, the year before, he had a raccoon stream. I guess he's been too busy lately, but he puts out all kinds of foods, fruits, pies, cat food for a staple. They love marshmallows. And it was so cool watching all those raccoons. And one possum who looked like it had been hit by a car, so he limped. But he knew all the possums. And I don't know, Teresa, if you saw he just posted last week, I think. He has a white-nosed raccoon. It's really cool. Oh, Coyote Monday. It's sort of a cross between an anteater and a raccoon. Yeah, he said he was okay, but yeah, he showed this really cool picture. Its whole its nose, instead of being black on the white, its nose is white. It's really cool looking. Yeah, I miss his late night streams. It was cool watching the raccoons chase marshmallows. And it's, let's see, Coyote Monday is COATIMUNDI. It's a very bizarre animal. But it's really cool. Well, it's really cool at a distance. After learning about them from my friend, I don't want one. And so I'm glad I never spent the money. But they say prairie dogs are kind of like a cross between a rat and a dog.
You know what
They're
kind of
really,
bird that would be cool to get? A blue jay
oh yeah, they're beautiful.
or a crow
Oh, I'd rather have a raven.
or a raven, a blackbird. Because
Yeah.
they're now saying those things are smarter than humans sometimes.
Oh, they have in a group. They have different calls. They recognize different people, and they call them by different sounds. And if you're mean to them, they remember you. Just like if you're nice, they remember you. They're incredibly intelligent. We have a couple of crows that live on the property next to us. I want a magpie because they look really cool. But it's another thing I won't have. I have too much now.
No, because a bird, you can do a bird outside in your area, can't you?
No, not in the winter.
Oh, you get cold. Okay.
Yeah, we get cold and it snows. And it's like it's been, I don't know, it's been pretty cold at night recently.
Ooh, an owl.
Oh, now owls are cool.
That would be a cool thing to have.
An owl.
I had a friend who had an owl.
Oh, I was thinking like what is it? The horned owl? The one with
Yeah.
the ears?
They're huge.
Yeah. I've only seen an owl up close once, and it was because it was in the tree right outside the kitchen for like a week.
When we lived in Washington State, we went up to this old apple orchard. I mean, the apple trees were huge, and it was so high that the snowy owls would come under the canopy of trees and like fly above the ground. It was so cool. And snowy owls are huge. The place where I learned it's not the worm that you ate. It is the worm you ate, not the half that you see in your apple. My brother picked up an apple off the ground, but he was only like 4. So he didn't realize he ate the worm. And then I decided if he ate worms, I started feeding him all kinds of bugs, and he ate them. And I'm the one who got in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Something about don't be mean to your brother and feed him bugs.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, yeah, my house is kind of remodeled anyway. It's getting remodeled more. I have to change the blades in the box knives so I can continue to tear out carpet. And then I'll be down to a nice sort of tile floor, which the tiles are coming off of. But such is life. I thought about replacing the floor a couple pieces of plywood at a time, or maybe just putting plywood on top of the warped press board.
That wouldn't be. You would want to get that warped board out because the new plywood will still rest on top of the warped board, and it'll forever be popping.
My floor makes noise anyway.
No, I mean, okay, you got say the board that you have is bowed to the top. When you put the new board on and nail it down, it'll pop both things. So when you walk on one side, it'll flip up, and then you walk on the top, and it'll even out, and then you walk on the other side, and the opposite will flip up. You'll end up
No, I don't
ruining your
want to do
carpeting.
underlay. Well, that's more than I can do. I could talk to my neighbor, but hang on, I'll be right back. I just ran out of soda. I wasn't planning.
Oh man, see, 2-liter bottles.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't. Hey, Dee Dee. I think I said hi before, but I'm not sure.
Man, my pygmy sunfish are fat as hell right now. Holy cow! So are the angels.
I've been thinking about getting some pygmy sunfish. Although, how do you ever see them?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Oh,
Hey, Scott.
I mean, there's times where I have to look for probably 5 minutes, and then I realize they're right up in front. They blend into the gravel so well.
oh,
I have a natural looking, you do like a white gravel, do a gravel that you would see them on.
like white? What color?
A white, a black, any color. It just so happens the gravel I have is damn near the same color as the fish.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about removing all the hair algae off the driftwood because the turcanas like hiding in it. So I don't see them except when I feed them.
So wait, so they like the hiding spot. So why would you take them out?
My assuming is the cichlids like eating the hair algae, so they might pick on the fish while it's in there. Is what I'm concluding.
No, there's actually now 4 turcanas. They killed the littlest one.
Oh,
But maybe that means I have 2 pairs. And they've like chewed holes into the hair algae. And I'm trying to get a picture of them, but even leaving the camera there, like poised in front, I haven't been able to get pictures of them poking their heads out of the holes they've created in the hair algae. But they hide. They like their hiding spots. And if I took it out, then they wouldn't. Well, they'll still be hiding spots, but not as many. Good night, Dee Dee. Sweet dreams.
if it's up to a vote, I vote keep your tank natural.
That's the easy way.
I think a natural tank. I think a little bit of dirty and everything looks better than a crystal clear tank that you look at it and go, "Oh, that's a fish tank."
Oh, all mine have moam on the bottom, that's for sure.
Have you been to? Have you seen Ocean Aquarium?
No.
A video, Roundhouse,
Who?
showing Ocean Aquarium.
No.
Because if I remember correctly, I believe that Corey did a Ocean Aquarium store tour.
Right.
And it was funny because we went to Ocean Aquarium. Actually, I think I did a video on Ocean Aquarium, and I can't remember. I think I had a video on Ocean Aquarium and Aquaforest, but it was funny because, or Ocean Aquarium, but it was funny because we went to Ocean Aquarium and then Aquaforest, and my brother and my dad were like, we like Aquaforest much better. It looks much cleaner.
Hmm.
But that's because Ocean Aquarium, I don't think they've done water changes in forever. They don't do very many water changes. They have plants already, so they don't really have to worry about plants.
I don't know. It's just I don't like a sterile looking environment in a tank. I never liked that look.
I would just like clear water. But I think for me that's impossible.
Which is weird because my cichlid tank is crystal clear.
Well, I think it's just, even though I have a sediment filter, although my water looks really clear when I, get it out.
Are you sure it's not the outside of the tank? Because, okay, memory serves me, you're a smoker, correct?
Dust. Oh, no, I wash the front of the tanks all the time.
Okay. Because I notice I get smoke film on the outside of my tanks. Because I smoke in the house.
I have magic eraser.
Oh, I just use steel wool. Works like a charm.
That's why Jeffrey doesn't smoke inside the house. He smokes in the garage whenever he smokes.
Oh. It's no big deal. You just steel wool is outside the tank real quick.
When I
gone.
First put the 60-gallon tank in the living room, it was because of an epiphany I had that, hey, it's my house. I could put a tank in the living room if I wanted.
Oh my God. Oh, Siwi, you're using those big words.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Epiphany, wow.
Yeah.
That's a word you don't hear very often anymore.
That's true. But it's a good word.
Yep.
Especially when you realize, it's like, wow, it is my house. I could do it. I don't have to ask permission. It's kind of bizarre. Well, yeah, so we have new people in here. Do we have new people? Probably not. Everybody's leaving. Maybe I'll take one out. 2 was a handful, literally.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we're both up and active?
What are you talking about, Corey?
My babies.
Gee, that's helpful.
It turned up.
Oh, Siwi, you're talking like a sausage.
Yep.
I'm talking like a sausage?
Yep.
You're making no sense.
Holy cow, Kevin got it.
Oh.
That actually shocked the hell out of me, Kevin. Congratulations.
Let's see.
And it's an old word. People don't realize what it means anymore.
Which word?
You're talking like a sausage.
Oh. Yeah, I knew.
Why are we taking off, little girl?
The only good snake is a dead one.
No,
Yep.
she's my baby. Oh, weenie.
No, talking like a weenie is something totally different, Jeffrey.
So, Jeffrey, what's your dream animal?
Hosiri, did you watch Dan last night?
No.
I guess he's shitting bricks because his I'm assuming they're the zebra plecos he shipped or lost in shipping.
Oh, God.
Because the bill was like $2,500 or something like that.
What?
They shouldn't be losing things this time of year, but
Yeah. I guess someone bought some high-priced plecos and they're lost in shipment. And see, my idea of a cross-country fish owner ran shipping company would have worked perfectly.
Sure, except how are you going to do that?
just like they do dog rescue.
Tag, in essence, it's tag with shipping. You get in your car, you pick up the fish, you drive maybe 100, 200 miles, you meet someone, you transfer the fish, they drive another 200, 300 miles, they transfer the fish. And it's all done by fish keepers who know how to take care of fish. You know, they have the heat on in their car and all that stuff.
I would love that a lot, but I don't know how you would facilitate something like that. Nor would I would.
Well, you just think of it. They're doing it with mail. The mail that you get isn't on the same truck. They change trucks across the country. You know, they stop at different places and do stuff.
Yeah, but they have warehouses and the infrastructure to do so, and the capital to do so.
Yeah, well, being that it's all, you know, privately owned stuff, there would be everyone has the infrastructure ready. You have a car? Yeah. Is it good running? Yeah. Does it have heat? Yeah. Okay, you're hired. You know, well, obviously, you know, driving record and stuff like that, but as long as your car has heat,
Air conditioning for the summer.
Or air conditioning, yeah. It's 100% feet. I mean, shit.
Jeffrey says if you pay him $3.69 a mile, he'll do it.
Oh yeah, the gas would be covered. That would be in the part of the shipping.
Yeah, I would love that. You need to work on that, Roundhouse.
I've had that idea for I brought that up to Dan almost a year ago. Because he was having, you know, that I can't remember something about there was a lot of problems with shipping. And I'm just like, you know what you need is people to ship your fish that know about fish.
With COVID,
that'll take
COVID, that would make sense. But what I'm saying is with COVID, everybody was having issues. Shipping was horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is no, I'd rather pay another even $50 for shipping if I know the package is being taken care of during shipping.
And I don't lose, and it wouldn't get lost in transit.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know how you track where the package is and
why not?
Gets to the.
They have the phone apps that are GPS stuff now. If you have the app on your phone, I can look it up and go, "Oh, you're right here," and it gives you, you know, your Latin lawn and everything, and it puts you on a map. You know exactly where they are. It's all. I mean, all the parts are there. You just got to put them all together.
Could work. Okay, I have a
It's a
set.
lot safer for the fish, that's for sure.
I have a really,
Say that again, Posiwi.
It would be a lot safer for the fish.
yep. Hey,
Yeah,
Dan.
and think of it, it would actually take less time because there would be no sitting in a like a warehouse for a day waiting for another truck.
Well, maybe depending on how the infrastructure would work, how you, because you're basically you're transferring fish from one place to another, or from
Yeah,
one
but
person to
for
another.
instance,
Hey, Sean.
Denver is roughly 14 hours away from Chicago. So if you bought fish from Denver, you'd be getting them within 16 hours. You know, you gotta leave some breaks in there for, you gotta stretch every once in a while. You gotta fill up your tank and stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems like it would be hard to facilitate and really hard to get people to.
Oh, when I was younger, I would have done it because I totally love driving.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I'd do it.
Have a good night, Teresa.
One of my favorite,
Thank you for coming
my
by.
favorite hobby is driving.
I love to drive.
I told you she was going tonight.
You just get out on the open road and you set your cruise and you just go listening to tunes or whatever.
I did tell you she was going tonight. Not my fault you got here late, Patty. She started at the same time I usually do.
If I didn't have kids, I would have been a truck driver. So instead of being a truck driver, I just drove my kids all over.
What, you mean you were their Uber?
Okay, it's a great way to see the United States.
Exactly. I would rather if I'm going cross country, I'd rather drive than take a plane. Why? Because you can say, oh, that looks cool. Let's stop and check that out.
Yeah, the only problem for me is I get a headache.
What, driving?
In being in a car.
It's the same as being in a plane.
No, it isn't.
It's actually worse. You're moving faster in a plane.
No, because you're going straight. There's no stop. You're not starting and stopping, and you're not turning as much. It's a way smoother.
What is that? What is that called? Vertigo?
Yes.
The traveling by plane is way smoother most of the time.
Except you're in a can of farts. You're in a pressurized can of a bunch of people's other farts. With shitty food. If you even get food anymore.
Well, okay, food I agree with.
I mean, like I said, the part of a vacation is the adventure. It's not getting there. It's the adventure of getting there, not being there.
Yeah, I'd rather be there.
No, our family vacations, the stuff we never talk about where we went. We always talked about how we got there and what happened as we were getting there and going back and stuff. That's what we remember from vacations.
That's nice.
Well, that's what my kids remember. Things like getting stuck in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah. We were on vacation. Well, I can't remember where the hell we were going, and we're driving, and all we hear is. So we stop. Ends up that the belts are showing on the front wheels. We had to get new wheels. Oh man! And then they didn't have the wheels. We had to go and unpack the car, get a hotel, and that hotel. My grandma was with us. She was sleeping on the rollaway. She sat in the rollaway, and the springs were bad, and her ass hit the ground, and she went over the back of the rollaway. Oh my God, we were all laughing our ass off. That we remember that instance more than where the hell we went.
Yeah, I'm sure she was happy about that.
Oh, she was laughing her ass off.
We got rained out of Death Valley. We went up 395 and we did not see a car literally the entire way. And we got up to Tahoe and the road was blocked. Only it was blocked from the other side. And the highway patrol said nobody had been through on 395. They stopped the road like 6 hours earlier because of how bad the snow was. And where the hell did we come from? Southern California. What? um,
We
I had lots of adventures.
the Covered Bridge Festival vacation. We're on it, and that was actually an awesome vacation because the trip was the getting there was the actual trip. There was no final destination. It was a driving trip through like 4 states. I can't remember where the hell it was, but we came up on a bench. This is all farm field. There's a bench with 2 dummies sitting on it, like Raggedy Ann and Andy. So my mom opens the window. Oh, we're going to take a picture of this. They were real. Right as she was about to take the picture, they did the jump scare. She ended up and she drops our brand new camera out the car.
Whoops.
My dad got stuck in Fat Man Squeeze in Tennessee.
That'd be embarrassing.
And wait. So how's that fun? How's that a good experience?
It's a funny experience that you'll always remember.
Yeah, my kids.
That's what a vacation is for.
What, losing your camera?
No, it's just I always thought that my kids hated me for when we got stuck in the Mojave Desert. We had to walk out 6 miles, and Joshua was 12, Jason was 8, Jeremy was 6, and Molly was 4.
Danny, don't you talk bad about Fat Man Squeeze. It's one of the most beautiful parks in this country. I swear to God. It's literally a mini Grand Canyon that you get to walk through.
Okay, why the fuck don't they change the name?
Because there's a section that the walls get so narrow you have to squeeze through it. Hence the name Fat Man Squeeze.
Yeah, that name just does not sound good.
Well, it's sort of like my room.
Danny's. It looks like Danny's been there. Maybe Danny can explain it better. Because I was like 8 at the time. But it was the waterfalls. I remember it was an awesome place.
Probably like a lot of the places in Utah, a lot of the canyons and stuff.
I think so. The individual thing, I call the whole park because of that instance, and that instance was called Fat Man Squeeze. It actually had a sign, Fat Man Squeeze.
Yeah, getting lost.
For people that were bigger than the crew, they had to create a walk around for it.
Getting lost is like so fun.
Getting lost, yeah.
End up.
My family had a rule: you get lost, you owe us a pizza.
My mom would hate getting lost.
Then there was the time that we were on the River Road vacation along the Mississippi River, and we come up to the section of the road, and it had 3 red triangle signs across the road. What did we do? Oh, who cares? Let's just go past the road, the signs. Well, we found out why the signs were there. There was a washout. As we're driving through the washout, the car is literally on a 90-degree angle, damn near. I'm being crushed by my grandma, who's sliding across the car into me. I'm pushing against the door, pushing her back onto her side of the car, looking out the window and seeing tops, the actual tops of pine trees. Because as I'm looking out the window, I'm not looking sideways. I'm now looking down.
So you're literally going vertical.
No. I'm literally the car is literally doing this into the ditch and coming back up. The car was pretty much like this.
Oh.
I'm looking out this at the tops of the Christmas trees because the river road was right on a ledge. Something that we'll never forget.
Yeah, like when my mom and I were following this out of state car and we came to a really running hard arroyo. And we stopped behind him and we all got out and we were watching the water. And the guy said, "Oh, I think I can make it." And my mom said, "Nope, not a good idea." And he said, "Oh, I think I can do it." And my mom said, "So give me your valuables and your luggage. And if you make it, my cart is bigger than yours, so we'll go through." And he really debated about it. But it was in the 70s when you could do stuff like that. And he gave us 2 suitcases. And I think like a couple of like bags that he had in the car. And halfway through the arroyo, he started to float down. So he climbed out the window because my mom told him to leave the window open. You know, a little bit of water in your car is better than getting stuck. And he managed to get to the side about 100 feet down, walked up, and we watched his car float out of view. And then we took him back to Albuquerque. Yeah, there's a lot of cool places out there. we had rock hounding books and we used to, go try and find whatever it was. And we were looking for peacock stone at Pisgah Crater in California. And we went and we climbed around the lava tubes and we spent all day there and we didn't find one stupid peacock rock, which is just like, they're like small, palm size or smaller, and they have like rainbow colors on them. They're really pretty. Then we get back to the car and I pull out the book and it says, "They'll all be found right around the parking lot." And we spent 8 hours going up and down lava tubes. It was so fun, though.
Jose,
And-
we share my screen real quick.
Oh, my mom hates getting lost, and it was because we hated going to Granada.
Your
Oh,
share.
no. My share screen. I shared my screen.
I don't know. Oh, I see it.
That's Fat Man Squeeze.
Wow.
Damn.
I mean, it's literally like 12 inches wide.
Okay, I'd have to chop my boobs off.
Yeah, I don't think I could get through there either.
But it is the most awesome park. I want to say it's in Tennessee somewhere. It's the most awesome park you'll ever go to. Because the views are just outstanding. Here's another example right here. That's Fat Man Squeeze.
So, Lori.
Wow.
So, Lori,
Yes.
my parents, my dad decided that we were going to rent my mom and my dad decided we were going to rent a car to go around. So we went to Spain and we went around Europe and Spain. And one of the places we were going to was Granada. And we hated going to Granada because my mom does not like getting lost. And we got a GPS for our car. And our car kept on telling us to go down one-way streets.
The wrong way.
Yep, that was another vacation.
So of course, my mother told my father to go down those one-way streets. Except, of course, every time it would either get too narrow or there would be too many people. So my dad would have to back up like a mile. Stick shift. Using a stick shift, he'd have to back up like a mile to get back out. And
Okay,
this
keep
didn't
going.
happen once. This happened like 5 or 6 times.
Was that might have been it? Fat Man Squeeze at Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That might have been it. I can't remember what the actual park name was.
Hey, Banana.
Hasn't she been in here?
Yeah. So, there's just, I mean, there's so many cool places. Vacation. What is a vacation?
All right, Lori, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm getting tired.
Okay.
Thanks
Wow. It's early.
I know it is, but I'm tired.
Okay.
And I've got a headache, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Night.
Night. Sweet
Well,
dreams.
Well, of course it's early for you. You slept all day.
Oh, shut up.
Am I wrong?
No.
Kids can't
Well,
hang.
Oh. Let's
she
see.
slept all day today. And I was not planning on doing this, so I did not sleep all day.
You know what? I don't know how to do that.
What?
How to turn people into mods. I actually thought about it this afternoon too.
Can you share my...
You
Well,
go to your YouTube page, you go to the right side of the comment, you click on the 3 dots, and it's there.
Okay.
so you see on the top right-hand corner, Lori, where it shows the YouTube icon? On the top right of the screen of the StreamYard screen. Do you see where it shows the logo?
Yeah.
Click that. Do you see where it says
View on YouTube.
Yep, click that.
Okay. Oh my
View
God,
it.
I'm about to view a live broadcast.
Okay.
Oh, you better watch out. You never know what happens on live broadcasts.
Where are you now, Lori?
I did it.
What did you do?
Danny wants to share a link.
Did you mod? Who did you mod?
Danny.
Oh.
I'll get to everybody else.
Why would you mod Danny? Come on.
I like his.
Technically, he would be a better mod than you because you're up on screen, and Danny is usually in chat.
No, because usually when I'm on, I have my YouTube open on my computer, and I have StreamYards open.
Okay, but you always keep saying you have bad eyesight.
Yeah, I do have bad eyesight.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I will mod more people on my next live because I want to mod people who I know are going to be there.
Jeffrey. Well, you know I'm always here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Danny. I just don't want to echo. Echo, echo, echo.
Well, that's why you mute yourself on YouTube.
Oh, you are special. I am muted now. I think, yes. I already think you're special, Jeffrey. You gave me those beautiful hiding fish.
What?
What does Jeffrey ever do? Jeffrey
Oh.
gave me beautiful hiding fish. I actually spend a lot of time in the bathroom watching them.
You know what? You just ruined my hit.
They're on a dresser that's in the bathroom.
What are on the dresser?
Oh my God! Listen, the fish.
Turcanas.
Oh, the Turcan. I wasn't sure. She said it twice, and I didn't know what she was saying. They're on the dresser in the bathroom. Alrighty then. I guess you spend a lot of time on the toilet.
No, I actually can't
Hey,
see.
that's
from
not
the
proper question to ask a female.
I didn't ask a question.
You did. That was a question
No, I didn't. Technically, I did not.
wrapped in a statement.
That was more of a statement. That was not a question.
Trying to dig yourself out of the
It
hole you
was-
made, huh?
No, it's an assumption of what I do in the bathroom.
Man, the bathroom is the best seat in the house.
I'm not in the bathroom I'm barely in the bathroom now. My
I
brother,
would, if I could live in the bathroom, I could, because then I wouldn't have to get up to go to the bathroom. I would just go.
my dad and my brother are always in there, but I don't go. I'm not in the bathroom all that often. Except I do need to get off of here so I can go take a shower and go to bed. But
Wait until you get older. You'll be hiding in the bathroom, definitely when you're older. When your wife is yelling and you take out the damn garbage and your kids are all screaming, mine, mine, you'll be in the bathroom real quick.
wait, why does Danny say he definitely doesn't walk away from his live streams and show his crack?
That he's talking about you. Mr. Always leaves his streams.
Oh, no, I go to the bathroom to go piss, but I don't go to the bathroom and take forever in there. I go in and I go out. I'm not in there that long.
Well, let's see. I go
You
in to
haven't gotten
get
to that stage of your life yet, then.
because I have a cabinet with food. I go in there because I have 3 fish tanks in the bathroom. I have clothes in the bathroom. I have storage in the bathroom. I have a lot of things in the bathroom. I even have a bathtub.
I have a toilet in the bathtub or bathroom, and a sink in the bathroom, and a tub with a shower head.
Yeah. But it's a big bathroom, so
And then my dog's paw towel.
I mean, it's the joys of having the master suite, you know.
You've never like gone to the bathroom and been reading a book?
Me?
Or praying to the flying spaghetti monster.
No and no, not really.
Part of the philosophy of the flying spaghetti monster is giving you something to do, like reading a book.
You are definitely no.
When you're in the
What is
bathroom,
it, Archimedes?
perfect time. When you're not really doing anything else.
Did you know, Kevin, one of the most important scientific discoveries was made in a bathroom?
What?
Yep. The discovery of water displacement was realized while, I want to say it was Archimedes, was in the bathtub. He had a job. He was given a job by the king or the queen or something to weigh a crown, and it was so ornate that you couldn't do it because there were so many
Wait.
shapes to it. So he ended up figuring out that by getting in his bathtub and watching the water raise, you could weigh something in the bathtub
You
by
could
measuring the
what?
water displacement.
Interesting.
Yep.
A lot more fun than discovering gravity.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he sat down like underneath, next to a brick factory or something?
Underneath a coconut tree.
Yeah. We wouldn't have that.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Danny. Things I never think of. See, he doesn't look. No, he doesn't even listen to himself.
Yeah.
Who?
You.
I was laughing inside just watching him.
You said you were going to bed. But can you leave this stream? No.
You guys
Pussy
keep on
streams.
talking to me.
Pussy
we know
streams
it's
are like
live.
crack.
Because now I'm eating.
We can't see you though.
I'm about to get
Yeah.
up and get another chocolate milk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to drink and then go take a shower. Bye.
After I redo my hit that Pussy messed up.
Huh?
Oh, wow. Into the garbage disposal, I would have been freaking out.
Damn.
I'm glad you saved her.
All right. Night.
Actually, I'm glad you saved her because I'm sure that was if your kid was there, I'm sure it was very traumatizing. Okay, sweet dreams, Kevin.
Night. Bye.
Yeah, that's for sure, Danny.
I'm really glad I bought 8 chocolate milks today because I'm already on my third one.
Wow. So, Banana, have you put out any more covers recently? I've sort of been like flaking the last week. And you and Danny should get together. Danny does awesome parodies. The last one was a crack up. I, however, have a terrible voice. Really bad. Totally tone deaf. Ah, cool. And let's see what else is going on in my life. Besides my new babies. I'm just going to start redoing some fish tanks. Getting the fish back where they belong because the 2 Mangano that I have in the platy tank are starting to chew on people's tails. Wow. I have a friend in New Zealand who has a good voice and was approached by now I can't remember who. Actually, a couple of people, and they had even gotten him tickets for a plane flight to New York to talk record contracts and stuff, and then COVID hit, and they said they weren't meeting. Danny, drop your link. And I really feel sorry for him because he actually probably could have done pretty good.
It was probably healthier in the long run for his health that the
Oh, well,
meetings
yeah.
didn't continue.
Yeah, New York City at the start of COVID.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying if he got it, then contracts and business dealings and shit, it's just all headaches.
Well, yeah, that's true. But he actually won some Instagram contest for singing that some famous person that I don't know put on. And he is a really nice guy, which may have given him more problems than anything else.
So remember the Surfside collapse in Florida?
Yeah.
They think they found the ultimate cause of the collapse. The building next door to them.
The building next door.
Yeah. They ended up building. They bought the street between the two buildings, and they built in the street. They were doing pilings, and the vibrations that they were too cheap to do constant testing, so they would do it like once in a while. And all the readings, you're only supposed to get up to like 0.4 or 0.5, and they were in the 1.5 and up area on vibration.
Wow.
So
That's
pretty much they shook the building apart, and it just took a couple. It finally took a couple years for it to fail.
I think that the taking time to fail was what happened to the press board stand.
Yep.
Just a walking on the floor and just jiggling a little bit at a time. I'm actually working on a video which concrete blocks, when they get soaked with water, start disintegrating.
See, that's to me that still doesn't make sense because they make buildings out of the concrete blocks.
I know, but I have 2 of them in my bathroom that got wet that day, and now they're falling apart. The edges aren't square anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to probably 3 different hardware stores and buy 1 concrete block from each of them. And I'm going to test them in water, let them dry, and then see if they fall apart. And if they do, I'm going to suggest to everybody that it's a wonderful idea, because that's what my tank stand is. But I'm going to suggest that you seal them.
Huh.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check that out, All Things Fit. GRB sang me happy birthday. It was really cool.
Oh, you should have seen GRB this morning. You should have seen GRB this morning, man. He got to the point where he's one-eyeing it.
Oh. Sometimes going down that rabbit hole is pretty cool.
What was it? I think it ended up being like an 11-hour stream.
Wow. I actually think that would be kind of fun to do, a 12-hour stream.
Oh, they are. You just don't drink during the whole damn thing, because then by the end you're one-eyeing it.
Yeah, I don't drink, so I don't have that problem. But I figure, let me get a few of these streams under my belt.
Yeah, I mean, I've done I've done at least one. I've been in a few.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, pardon me. Ooh, I am definitely going to watch that later. How marbles are made.
Oh, that sounds cool. I love
Yeah.
outside marbles. I have marbles. I probably have a little bit of everything. I have way too much.
I love glass, just watching it, glass blowing.
Oh yeah, that's cool. What I got stuck once watching Japanese candy makers, where they make they'll put down a flat sheet of candy and then they put all different colored um, ropes and different shapes, and they roll it a little and then they put more and then they make flowers and stuff and they cut them so you get the round. Totally cool. I got
Have you ever
mesmerized by
have you
candy.
ever seen the Japanese or Chinese or whoever the hell makes them? They're like dioramas in glass. They're made out of cork, like of the houses and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever watched that done? Man, I watched that. That blew my mind.
Pretty good, all things fish. Yeah, I was watching marbles, where marbles go down ramps and then fall down other marbles. Um, there's all kinds of strange things on YouTube you can get, like go down the wormhole.
My favorite one to watch is when they dump a molten metal of any kind down ant holes.
Oh yeah, ant
When I
holes.
saw he did a fire ant colony. He dug that thing out. It was like 5 feet deep.
Oh yeah, those are really cool.
And once he got it all cleaned up and everything, I'm like, damn, I want to buy one of those.
Yeah, those are cool. My favorite one I remember was made out of aluminum.
Yeah, they do it out of aluminum too.
And it was just spectacular. There's a lot of cool things on YouTube.
Yeah, another cool thing to watch is mercury and aluminum.
Yeah, if only I could find my mercury and my aluminum powder.
No. This was a solid. No, you don't want to do a powder. I don't think. I think that would probably be a bad idea. For what happens, he used an aluminum block and he scraped it so it was fresh, and then he put the mercury on there, and like within a couple hours, it like grew. String is the only way I can explain it. It looked like a bunch of strings just growing up from the aluminum.
Oh, that sounds cool. No, you are a fat dog, and therefore you don't get potato chips and dip. Even though I love you. I can't believe it took them that long to figure out I was eating.
They're slipping.
24 hours of creativity. Well, what does it take to get more? I have copyright strikes on a couple of my videos, or well, not strikes, but I don't get the money if I'm ever monetized. But I did have one taken down, though. But R. Kelly needs all the money he can get, so he's not going to share anything with anybody. Huh. Who the boogers? And you never think of it as failing miserably. Just think it as good practice. And with enough good practices, practice makes perfect, they say. Except when you have a voice like mine, then all practice does is upset the neighbors. So I'm glad that I don't have a lot of neighbors. Well, I only have one neighbor.
I just sent you an email with a funny video I watched. Kosiwi.
Okay, I'll watch it.
It's a CGI short film on the extinction of the dinosaurs. The true story.
Oh, this year? Okay, I swore after last year that I was not going to do Secret Santa because last year, well, no, I actually used everything I got last year. Everything. And I can actually still see 3 places I have airline tubing and 2 of the air stones, which I was really amazed because they were just like regular air stones. And they're like the best air stones I have. And they're not even a like take apart kind and clean out kind, which I did 3 of those this morning.
I love those unscrewable ones.
Well, I like them, but these other 2 that I got, I wish I would have written which brand they were, because they just like it worked. I mean, they haven't fought. You know, they're just like the regular blue ones, but whatever brand, they haven't broken down. They haven't clogged in the sponge filters I have them in. They were great.
It also depends on what size they are, bubble white, because you got fine ones, you got medium, and then you got big bubble.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But this year, I decided that if you're going to have a Secret Santa, you should ask for things that you won't buy yourself, but you really want. Because that's the whole idea, at least in my mind, of giving gifts, is you give something they really want, but you know they're not going to buy themselves.
A 3,000-gallon fish tank.
Okay, yeah. Well, I actually think that's more of a need than a want.
No. That's both.
Well, yeah. I mean, my neighbor is a contractor, and every time he comes in the bedroom and looks at all the aquariums, he says, you should add 10 or 15 feet onto the house. And it's like, I'd love it if you would.
If I was in Secret Santa, I would be the jackass that would send the person like 5 packages of socks.
No, then you have to call yourself Hanukkah Harry.
No, and then underneath it, I would put like some fish stuff, so when they open it up, it's just socks they see.
Oh, but I'd love that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, the number one gift should be socks, because you always wear them out.
Yeah, because, you know, that's like the big joke with Hanukkah is we have Hanukkah Harry, and he always gives you socks and bathrobes. And, like, I mentioned that, but I got the most awesome toy. And I've been looking at it ever since Jurassic World came out.
Oh, and FYI, the old saying, you get what you pay for in socks is 100% true.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best pairs of socks I ever bought, they were like $35 a pair for just white socks. But man, to this day, they are the most soft damn things. They feel like brand new socks every time you put them on. That nice, really soft feeling.
Well, once Karma stops stealing socks, I will pay more than $1. because right now she's in a sock stealing thing. And she even stole one off my foot last week. And outside it went. And I can't get up and chase her outside.
Shock collar.
Oh, I don't like those. She's just being a puppy.
What are those cattle zappers? Those poles that you can use?
Cattle prod.
That thing. Just tape it to like a long stick that you can get more reach from it.
Wow, 11 in the morning? You're like 13 hours difference or something. But you always get to see things before we do. You really think bare bottom tanks make the fish breed more?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Well,
At least certain fish. Like to breed angels, you want to keep their water like super clean, and a bare bottom tank is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Certain fish like doing stuff like that. Certain fish, I think you should nicely layer marbles. The quote unquote egg scattering fish. You want to do like a double or triple layer of marbles, real nice and clean. Make lines so the eggs can fall between the marbles, and once they hatch, they'll be able to be able to hide in the marbles also. Other tanks, I think they should have gravel. Like I said, it all depends on the fish.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Look at all those marbles. Now, actually, the reason why I did this is because this tank is up on 2x4s. So I used to have a light underneath it, so I could sort of, light up stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I stopped doing it. I just did. Ooh, and I might be getting a blueberry OB.
Ooh.
God, by the time I get to the dentist, I won't have a tooth left. Just lost another piece.
I was once told by an old school fisher that you should not light your tank from the bottom because it messes with the fish's directional capabilities.
Oh, I believe it.
And after he told me this, I started watching my fish. When I would light the tank from the side versus the top, they would start swimming on their side. They would try to keep the light on top of them.
Okay, don't work too hard on things, fish. Yeah, I kind of like bare bottom for fry raising, but my cichlid fry are going to go in the only empty tank that I have right now, because I just moved the beta into a guppy tank because it has tannins in him. So he's in basically the same water until he gets all his fins back. So
I would start look into what is it, Seachem?
Hold on.
Yeah. The same. It's called Stress Guard. I'm pretty sure I'm reading CChem on the bottle, but it's a lot better than Stress Coat. Because Stress Coat is watered down Stress Coat. What it is it's Stress Coat used to be nice and thick, just like the Stress Guard is. And then they came out with the Stress Coat Plus that they sell now, and it's a water conditioner and Stress Coat in one. So it waters it essentially waters it down. How are you sleeping?
I'm not. I came back up. I just took a shower and I came back up. I'm getting ready for bed
Did it help your headache?
I came up for a few more minutes and then I'm gonna go to bed or try.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking all around and talking and not paying attention and like checking out that. And all of a sudden I look down and it's like, there's Kevin. And it's like, that doesn't look like Kevin in bed.
Yeah. In California, things mean in California the same words mean different things.
Yeah.
I said I was
I
getting
actually have some sort of Stress Coat, but I don't know what brand it is. It's in a box that I can't get to because I have too much stuff. I cleaned the tops of things off, and like I have 3 boxes in a tub full of stuff that was in a stand that tipped over.
Jeffrey. Shh.
Well, I'll continue snacking on my wavy potato chips and dip.
Ooh, guess what I found today? The scoops.
Oh, Frito scoops.
No, the tortilla chip scoops
Oh yeah, I
for
like
the salsas. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like taking those and like
Wait,
putting cheese in it
and
microwaving it.
The
So that-
Tostitos.
we use the Tostito cups, and we get the Campbell cheese.
Cups.
Cheese. I think it's
They
cheese.
make cups too.
It's cheese.
No, they're little. They're scoops.
Oh, okay.
Okay, scoops. And they're and then we get the Campbell cheese, cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
I guess technically it's called cheddar cheese soup or something like
Ooh.
that. And then we get the beef, and we get beef, and then we use lettuce and whatever else we want, and we make tacos.
Okay, I got to do this pop quiz, which is a totally off-topic thing. But he just said the word soup. What is your number 1 and number 2 favorite soups?
I don't like soups.
Oyster
generally.
stew and clam chowder.
Yeah, okay, clam chowder and juk.
Cream of chicken rice and broccoli cheese.
Does porridge count?
That's not a soup. That would be a porridge.
That's why I'm asking.
What are you, a
Yeah,
bear?
but you don't call it oyster soup. And what if it's like lobster bisque?
Well, lobster bisque is still a soup. To me, a porridge is like an oatmeal.
Like Goldilocks had.
Yeah, porridge, oatmeal, stuff like that. You know, that would be like morning food.
Alto
To me-
meal. Oh, minestrone's good too.
Tomato soup with grilled cheese. Ooh, that does sound good. Sorry, that was just an ADD topic. You know,
Well, none of us like the same soups.
And Jeffrey, no, I would say
everyone knows cream of
I was
chicken
gonna
rice
say,
is
I
the
guess
best.
that means at Aquashella, I won't invite you guys over for green chili stew.
I once went and they had such good cream of chicken rice on a Sunday that I'm like, dude, I'm like, hey, how much is a gallon of this? And they thought I was joking until I'm like, no, seriously, go find out how much a gallon is.
Of what?
cream of chicken rice soup.
Oh,
I wanted to buy some to take it home
where was this at?
at a local restaurant years ago. But the batch that day was just so good, I couldn't let it go.
Did you end up getting it?
Yep.
Nice.
My mom also did that at a Applebee's. She liked the mustard, like the honey mustard or whatever it is, the sweet mustard. She ended up talking the restaurant manager into selling her a whole container of it.
Wow.
And that was on a vacation too. Because at one point we didn't have Applebee's up here. We were on vacation and we stopped at an Applebee's.
Applebee's almost killed me once.
Yeah, Applebee's almost killed me once too, but that was kind of my fault because I kept drinking mudslides.
Oh, no, I walked in and it was peanut butter month, and they had peanut butter cookies and peanut butter pies, and I breathed a couple times and we left. And by the time I made it across the street to Best Buy, I collapsed on the sidewalk. And the Best Buy guys were really good. They got me a chair. They got me a glass of water. They called the ambulance. And one guy sat in a chair next to me and said, "Okay, calm down and just breathe."
Well, isn't the problem is you couldn't breathe? Doesn't that like close your throat?
Yeah.
And that is one, honestly, that's one thing I think in every first aid kit should be an EpiPen.
Yeah. Night, Jeffrey.
And I don't even have use for them.
Well, it's like when I got...
It's not a personal thing. It's just you have Band-Aids, you have Vaseline.
Yeah.
Alcohol wipes.
Jeffrey, I did.
I got a prescription for, check this out, for Vicodin. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it came with Narcan. And it's like, unless you're like...
Wait, Narcans are super Vicodins. So they gave you super Vicodin instead of Vicodin?
No, Narcan. What they give you when you OD on
Narcan. I thought you said Norco. My bad.
No, I've had Norco. Those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Turned me into a pile of slime for 24 hours.
You want to know how to make them even better? Take a couple extra strength Tylenol with it.
I'd never wake up. But I mean, for Vicodin, I know people who take 60 a day. And
Dude,
it's
I
like,
pop 8 at a time.
yeah, and it's like...
But I've been on it since 3rd grade.
Yeah, Danny, that's why I like watching Larry D's Saturday Hot Sauce. Because not only does he like the super hot, but he wants something that had that has taste. So if it's just hot, spicy with no taste, it's like nah. But you know, if it has a good flavor, he lets you know. Wow.
Well, seaweed, just so you know, if you have a couple days to kill, it's going to be an and or, not both, or an or, not both. Peyote or horse tranquilizers.
Peyote.
Yeah, I picked peyote too, but man,
No, because
those 3 days I don't remember. That was great.
I already had peyote at Hopi.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kids don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay.
So, I mean, I liked it.
Was
But
that
I
when,
wasn't-
was that when it was your horse and you had bare feet?
Oh no, that was morphine and penicillin.
Oh yeah, you're a horse person. Those things should die too. I hate horses.
Did you get kicked?
No, I got dragged
Oh.
for like a half mile. The horse decided to start racing a car.
Yeah, well,
I remember my horse, the bridle broke and the horse took off running towards home, and I go down this steep hill and I'm like screaming, and all of a sudden it occurs to me, There's no reason to scream. The horse is going home. I know how to ride really well, so I'm not worried about falling off. So why am I screaming? So I just shut up and hung on till we got home. It was like another epiphany. Wow, we're just going home. Oh, a bit at a high rate of speed, but well, not compared to a motorcycle or something, but for being on a horse.
I would
It
like to
was-
second Jeffrey Watt's comment. Heather, clean your floor before bed.
I did. That was like 5 minutes ago. I did, and I said, or 3-4 minutes ago, and I said I did.
Actually,
the
no, it
reason
was
he's-
5 minutes ago. It
and
was.
the reason- And the reason he's saying that is because my mother was yelling at me while I was on the phone with him.
Good. Good.
Well, you know, I debated about, I spilled some of the coconut husk on the floor, and I was debating about vacuuming up, and then I realized that in the next couple of days, I'm tearing out the carpet. So
I would
shouldn't.
still vacuum it first.
Nah, do we just the
I'm just thinking of this: the amount of dust that it'll throw up when you're getting it out.
it wasn't bad last time.
Okay.
Oh
Then
yeah,
again, that carpeting was freshly washed by 60 gallons of water. Remember that?
yeah, that's true.
I'm just because you have the breathing. I'm just, you got to watch out for that shit.
Yeah, the DMT is actually how my horse stepped on a nail and the vet came out and cleaned it all out. And I was standing barefoot on the asphalt and he picked up my horse's hoof and he poured this liquid on it. Then he got another liquid and he poured it on. Waited a minute and he poured another liquid on. And then he poured some more liquid on. And
What's DMT
I
again?
was like-
I thought that was a chemical.
yeah, but it soaks things into your body. So I was sitting there and it started sounding like I was in a indoor swimming pool with that like echoing. And then it got dark.
Ooh. Oh,
and I
yeah,
was
that's
holding
good.
my hand to the vet. And I heard sort of from really far off, "Are you allergic to penicillin?" And I said, "No." "Morphine?" I said, "Morphine." "No, just codeine." And then it was like, I don't know how long it was. It could have been a second. It could have been 10 hours. And then things started coming back to me. And I looked at the vet and I said, "I'm so glad you're a vet because a doctor wouldn't have known how to fix me because I don't think I could talk." And he started laughing. And he said, "Well, you got enough penicillin in you to kill anything. And I do mean anything you may have. And enough morphine to keep you happy for the rest of the afternoon." And I went in the house and I was watching Sylvester and Tweety. And my friend came in, took one look at me and grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "What are you on and where did you get it?" I said, "Morphine, the vet." And Sylvester and Tweety will never be the same again.
You went full tunnel vision. That's a good. That's a good trip.
It was like they just will never be the same again. It was a surreal experience.
I miss days like that with weed. That's how it was when I first started. It was great.
I mean, my mom just like throws up and almost dies on morphine. And it's like, I'm glad I didn't get that allergy from her.
Wait, so what were you allergic to? Or were you not allergic to anything there?
No, I wasn't allergic. I just had like massive doses. Because, he poured the morphine and the penicillin on my horse's foot and then the DMT so it would soak into the horse.
But a horse is also a lot bigger.
Well, yeah, and I was standing in it from quite a while, soaking it into my skin. I was happy that day, I think.
Oh, I can imagine.
I would not have thought of
No,
that.
licking toads is bad.
I would not have thought of that. I like
God,
that last
just think
comment.
if you licked a cane toad and it became a princess.
I like that. I like that last comment though, Lori. I would not have thought of that.
But were you born better? Well, no. Yeah, were you born better the second time?
That's no fair. He's not going to understand that question.
Why? No, I mean Danny.
Oh,
Wait, you thought she was talking to me?
yeah.
Yeah, I knew she wasn't talking to me. But thank you, Roundhouse.
So is Kevin Jeffrey. I did notice, though, a big difference when I was on vacation with no computer, that like I could go to bed at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and like sleep till morning. And like
Oh,
now
yeah.
that I have my computer back,
Because it's the computer screen.
well, yeah, because there's things I want to do and watch and see. And
But they actually, in Windows now, they actually have a setting if you want to set it to night mode. And what that does is it puts less blue to the screen, which enable the blue light is what keeps you awake.
Correct.
It like makes everything more, instead of it being like a white, which is actually a blue, it makes it more like a cream. It doesn't look as good, but it saves your eyes a hell of a lot better.
I like your sticker that's on your bear. I'd hug a bear.
Yeah, famous last words. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. My snake knows me. I can sleep with it in the same bed, and the next morning it's in her, or she is in it, and that actually happened in Indiana. I want to say.
Well, my snakes won't get bigger than about 4 feet. So
Hers was an albino. Hers was not an albino, a Burmese python, and she slept with it in her bed
Why?
I like smaller snakes.
because she was a complete whack job. I
Wow.
mean, seriously, it ended up eating her in the middle of the night.
Why?
After
That's actually pretty funny.
she was warned many times. I mean, they even called the police on her before this. And she's like, no, don't worry. There's no, because there was nothing they could do. It was like, dude, they're just trying to talk sense into her. They're like, dude, you can't sleep with the snake. It's big enough to kill, it was big enough to kill anybody.
Well, I will say that it's no offense, but that might not be the worst thing that happened.
Yeah, see, that's why I keep saying they need to I like the idea of survival of the fittest.
Especially if she's that stupid.
Exactly.
Probably
Definitely.
It's a good thing she got eaten and didn't have a kid. Can you imagine that stupid person raising a child?
Well, sadly, there's a lot of stupid people out there.
You'll find the kid crawling up the neighbor's like chimney or something at 2 years old.
And it is a very sad commentary that my son and my daughter-in-law now realize that everybody who said the foster care system truly sucks, they now realize it, because everybody had agreed beforehand that when the baby got taken away from her parents, that they could adopt her. And they are taking Kennedy away because they say that my son and daughter-in-law are too attached to her. And if they want to adopt her, they have to get a lawyer to
Why?
fight CPS. Because they
Why?
said they are too attached to her, So they don't want them adopting her.
Because they're too it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Uh, I don't even know how to explain how retarded sounding that is.
Yeah.
That
I like labels like "Do not iron while wearing clothes."
Oh yeah, I mean seriously, I think they should have a label on the sign saying "iron while wearing."
oh, and
People would
I
do it.
I
like
think they
how
should, and when they do it, you know what? You're an idiot. That's what you. What have you learned anything? You learned
I,
not to iron clothes. I mean,
I liked how we used to take Kelly to the dog park, or not, to a school, and it was like a after nightly dog park thing, and we used to go there. It was a school, and we used to go there, and there were a bunch of parents saying, "Oh, what if our kids eat this shit?" And we're like,
If
hey,
your kids eat shit, you didn't raise them right. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, that's exactly what
And
we were
how
doing.
good of a cook did you say you were?
I mean, honestly, I don't think. I think that would actually be like a hardwired thing, almost like a fight or flight response into your brain that that is shit and you don't eat it.
Yeah, that's like,
Hey, some dogs
Uh,
will eat their own.
yeah, but
that's a dog.
that's a dog.
We're not talking about a human being.
I know. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, I would think that would be like a hardwired thing into a human being. Like
My dad and I, we saw that comment and we were rolling our eyes. We're like,
my mom
yeah, it's
and
called survival of the fittest.
yeah, my mom and dad has never told me never to drink my own urine. Yet I have not done that because I know that's not good.
Although
I just know
apparently
that
it's supposed to be clean, but I wouldn't want to do
it's
it.
sterile.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
Yeah.
sterile.
I mean,
seems
I'll
like-
give it. They do. People do drink pee, like on the space station and stuff. You got to, but they clean it.
What, really?
Oh yeah,
No.
Hey, Danny, you know me, Rojo?
they go through filters and it cleans their pee and they end up using it. I would assume they would drink it.
Danny.
I mean, it's water. How do?
It's better
Well,
than dying.
Don't people technically eat monkey shit?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, two questions. One, there are the people will pay good money to eat.
Well, they do. No, what is it? Bat guano? That's poop.
To drink.
Yeah, but
I know.
that's fertilizer.
I thought people eat it as like a. Oh wait, no, that's caviar.
People.
That's
I think
Fish
I'm
egg.
thinking caviar. Yeah,
Will
that's the
you
fish
let-
eggs.
Will you let me finish, Roundhouse?
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
People will pay.
Danny.
People will pay good money to basically buy monkey shit, because apparently in a certain type of monkey feces they eat coffee beans, and the coffee beans are really are supposed
Oh,
monkeys
okay.
know.
I read about that.
But why, how would anybody find that out? Secondly, why would I ever want to do that?
Well, how did they ever find out that cocaine got you high, or heroin got you high, or the mushroom got you high? They would have had to eat the mushroom.
Or
They would have had to
eat
do the cocaine.
artichoke. I mean, artichoke doesn't really look
Kevin, you know what?
edible.
Kevin, go get a spoonful of cinnamon and eat it.
Okay, we had
No, thank you.
Barbados sheep, and to keep them in the fence, we hooked our electric
What?
fence it up to quiet a car coil and battery, which of course really boosted the electric the amount of shock that you get. So I was standing in water one day and leaned forward to open the gate, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but like time seemed to have passed, and I was just like standing there, and like I don't remember what happened. And I wasn't going to tell anybody I had a blackout because, you know, they get all worried about you. So
Yeah.
the next day, when I went out to open the gate, as I was lowering my head to get the gate, I had shoes on, so I was a little bit higher, and my eyes saw the electric fence. So the day before, I had hit the electric fence, and it was sort of like putting your hand on an open coil and hitting the ignition. I kind of like got really shocked bad.
Yeah, you don't mess with ignitions, man.
But it can be so much fun when you watch somebody else.
Wait,
Oh
so,
yeah.
So you didn't know? So you didn't know that it was an electric fence?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't know I hit it. And it's like,
Oh,
okay, I have a problem with electricity and water. They like meeting each other when I'm around. And I never get shocked, right?
nice.
Not until I was standing barefoot in 60 gallons of water and grabbed the light. Oh man, did I get shocked. And the heater shocked me. It was quite a shocking experience. And it was like, why did I get shocked then? Duh, I'm standing in a puddle of water.
Who would have thought getting shocked would be a shocking experience?
I never would have thought of it. Never in a million
Oh
years.
God, you guys.
No, what's funnier is when the male dogs pee on electric fences. They never pee near the fence again.
Dude, my buddy pissed on an electrical transformer once.
Ah,
Blew his ass across the road, literally out of his pants. His pants were still like half in the middle of the road.
wow.
Surprised he was okay.
I laughed so hard. I admit it was the one and only time I ever pissed on myself.
Did you see it? Did you see it happen?
Yeah, I was right next to him pissing. We were in the back of a building at the bar. I ended up falling over. I was laying in the ground, pissing. I ended up pissing on myself and everything. It was hilarious.
Oh, geez.
It was just like a cartoon, though. His hair was smoking.
He's lucky he didn't get killed.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's still funny I can't convey what I saw. It was just hilarious. It was a literal cartoon, and that's why I ended up busting out laughing.
That's pretty funny, Danny. Well, I remember laughing when my boyfriend shot an arrow through his cowboy boot into the ground through his foot. And he said it wasn't funny. And I said, well, that's okay because we're not going out anymore. And he goes, what? And I said, how stupid do you have to be to shoot an arrow through your cowboy boot
Yeah,
and through your foot? I mean, that was crazy. I guess it just didn't have directions. That was probably the problem.
that's one of those things. Like you know, did they have to ask their kids, or did they at the party? Did they have to ask, make sure they don't eat shit? He was one of those.
Yeah, I just don't understand some people.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah, because we better hope it's a minority.
I don't
They're
know.
just
I
that
think
stupid.
it's a
No,
idiocracy.
no offense, Roundhouse, but there are a lot of idiots.
Oh, we pray that it's the minority and not the majority. Because if it is the majority, this planet's in a hell of a lot worse trouble than I thought.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, I think idiocracy is coming.
Oh, I've seen that, and dude, that was
That's a great movie.
I mean, yeah, it was a good movie.
water, like water from the toilet
Yeah, they're
on
they're
plant?
it's been what they've been doing is watering the frickin' all the plants with like Gatorade, in essence.
What?
And the plants are dying. In
Yeah,
idiocracy.
dude, go watch the movie. It's a movie.
Oh,
You will crack you will crack up. It is a hilarious movie.
what is
It's
it
a
called?
It's Idiocracy.
If you take it as a documentary, yeah.
It's a
scary.
documentary of
The dumbing down of America.
yeah. Well,
Wait, so what is it called?
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
Yeah, like idiot, but Idiocracy.
I got it. Thank you. Idiocracy comedy 2006.
Yep.
Oh, it's free. Cool.
Everything is free if you know how to do it.
Doesn't mean it's legal.
Hey, I don't know what you're insinuating,
You know very well what I mean.
but it's very offensive.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You stop it right now.
What's going on?
What?
I just watched my okay, I have a tube with a funnel on it that when I do my water changes, you know, the water goes into the funnel and it goes out through the wall. I just watched it move about 1.5 feet. Karma is grabbing the hose on the outside and pulling on it. So I guess now I'm going to have to put something in front of the hose so she doesn't chew it up.
I would. Oh, you know what you could do? Wait, this is for filling or draining?
Draining.
I would put like I don't know, you can get like a bitter apple.
I was gonna say bitter apple also.
No, that doesn't work. Not with my dogs. That's
Crushed
like my
red
dog
pepper.
trying to get me to stop sucking my thumb by putting hot chili pepper oil on it.
That's what my nanny did.
It didn't work.
No, it did work.
You are a little monster. Plus, it sounded like she pulled it hard enough that it went through the drywall in the bedroom, so I'll probably have to fix that too. Because the hole was just barely big enough to get the hose through it. Hey, quit grabbing on it.
Damn dog, what the hell?
Okay, hang on a minute.
Okay,
I have to rescue it.
Damn it, the beatings will now commence.
Okay, okay, I don't know if I do a beating, but I definitely would do a correction there.
Isn't that what a
Hey!
beating is?
No.
Let go of it.
I'd be like throwing a pop bottle at it out the window. It's not gonna hurt the dog, but it'll definitely get its attention.
Yep.
Well, I can't open my window because it's behind the computer.
Oh.
You know what you need? You need like a Super Soaker 200. And you just, a nice shot to the butt of that dog and it would stop.
Oh, so do you want to see the hole you just made in the drywall?
Oh my God, is it bad?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
like, it looks like, hang on.
Looks like she's dying.
Yeah, Jesus. Sit down.
I'm joking, but I'm half serious.
Wow.
It looks like somebody just opened the door and the hole was like less than half an inch and now it looks like somebody opened a doorknob into it.
Oh, great.
I can feel all the cold air coming in.
Ooh, throw a towel in front of it. It'll at least stem it for now.
Ugh.
All right. On that note, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, right.
Sure. No, you're gonna stay up and help the situation here.
How?
You, you got to be a cheerleader for Posiwi in her endeavor to fix this small issue.
No, it's actually easy. I think what I'll do is I will get some sort of screen device, like possibly a dryer vent.
You can
No,
do
actually,
it.
something that sticks out. Either that, or I will bend the hose and hook it to the wall. But then she'll probably just grab it and yank it out.
What you need to do is just plumb two hose
Oh, I
bibs.
could do that because there is a hole in the floor into the basement, and I could actually plumb it into the septic. But that's a lot of extra water going in the septic.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is just plumb, like the hose things on the outside of your house.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Get two of those. So you can, it's just a hose bib in the wall or the floor inside, and you just hook up a hose to it.
All right. Good night.
Good night. That's a good idea. I'll go to, well, since I have to go to town and get all my meds, I could stop at, they totally love it when I go into Lowe's because, like, they never know what I'm looking for. The first time I went there to get stuff to plumb the sump, it's like, why do you want these PVC fittings? What are you plumbing? A sink? I said, no, a fish tank. And it's like, you're plumbing a fish tank? What?
Yeah.
And I always go into the heart, into Lowe's with like weird things that I'm making. So this will be really good.
Yeah. When you do it, the inside, and you know how usually in the outside it's facing down, the handle's
Yeah.
on the top.
Yeah, the
inside one you want it upside down.
Yeah, I want it facing up so the water goes down and then down.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
you never know, so I said it.
No, I'm the motorcycle mechanic. I replace car engines. Well, I used to.
Yeah, but they're the first ones to forget about the little
taught me
thing.
Woodwork. Yeah. I can do plumbing. I don't like relying on men. I can usually do a better job. And I think it stems from like my Mustang.
You know what? I
My
guarantee you.
Mustang cracked a lifter, and I took it in, and just out of curiosity, because I didn't want to do it at first. And he gave me a price for replacing my entire engine. And I said, I need one lifter replaced. And yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to replace all of them, but I don't need a new engine.
Yeah.
And it was like, he just kind of looked at me as I left. So I ended up, I replaced the lifters, the cam, the timing chain.
The key thing is if you have a car that you like, or that is at least going to become, wanted at some point, it doesn't matter what you change, as long as it's not the block.
Yeah, unless you have
block. Well, because the block actually has a VIN code. And if the block VIN code matches the car VIN code, you actually get money for the car.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a different block, you get a hell of a lot less.
I have a 74 Dodge motorhome, which is a good storage facility.
Yeah.
And I'm seriously thinking about selling the 360 out of it. Because it is one hell of a good running engine. But
yeah. I mean,
Well, I'd get more for the engine than for the whole thing together.
Yeah, true. How many miles?
I think it has 47,000.
That ain't that bad. That's only two. That's
I
only
mean,
twice.
my van has. I just went over 230, so I have like 100,000 to go.
Yeah, well, for every 25,000 miles, you've driven the equator around the Earth.
Wow.
So if you have 25,000 miles or 100,000 miles, that car has been in essence around the equator 4 times.
And I have 230 on my van.
Yeah, you're
But I
looking
think
at
it's
nine and change. And that thing still, hey, but look, it still runs. It's a testament. These
yeah,
new
well, the
engines,
last.
I don't think these new engines you get anywhere close to that.
No, because the last three minivans I've had, a 98, a 2005, and this is a 2006, I've gotten over 330,000 on the last two.
When I was living in Elgin, the neighbor across the street's truck hit 1,000,000 miles.
Wow. Was it a Toyota?
It was a Ford F-150. It was a straight six from like
Wow.
I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
80s or 90s or something. And they ended up buying it. They ended up buying it back for like 10 grand and giving them a brand spanking new F-150.
I think I would have preferred the old one.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, dude, when I'm there having the new
Oh,
truck, I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Where's your old one? And that's when they told me the story. I'm like, oh, I said that wasn't the smartest thing to do.
oh, hey, George.
But hey, they got a 0-mile car. They're
Okay.
He says yes, he's here. I assume she wants you to come up. Maybe I'm not sure, but I will be right back because I have to go
No.
dehydrate.
I want to show him. Oh, phew. I thought you stole my towel. Okay, I'm moving camera. So everyone got to remember. Look, George. I'll remember how to do this. Look. Oops. We're taking off. This is my female. And this is the male. The female is just a plain Mojave, and he's supposed to be a Mojave pastel. They're so cute. And they said they were really snappy. These guys haven't snapped at me once. I think they like me. Because, well, it was funny. I went to their house, and they actually have a really nice breeding setup. And he handed me her first, and I took her, and I put her in the best place to hold her, and down my shirt. And then he handed me the boy, and I put him down my shirt. And then he turns around and he looks at me and he says, "Where are the snakes? I know I just got them out and handed them to you." And I said, "Well," and they were actually up higher. And I said, "I put them in my shirt to keep them warm." And they rode all the way home in my shirt, and they were nice and happy. I haven't tried feeding them yet. Although, and that I found very interesting. I have a fuzzy, well, more than a fuzzy because it kind of walks around. They kind of walk around. And then two like small adult mice. The breeder says that they should have small adult mice. And my friend who's had a pet store for, I don't know, 35, 40 years, he said they should be eating the little. Well, I know I have to feed them. I have the mice. I'm going to feed them tomorrow. I wanted to give them a little bit of time to relax from the drive because it was pretty bouncy. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Well, good night, Ian. Thank you for coming.
I'm back.
Okay. So anyway, and I'll go back to one of these. That one maybe? Yes. Yeah.
I had to pull a Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own.
But I have their they have their little bin right now that has a heater and a hide and water. And actually, I think it's maybe 2 small rats and 2 mice. It's like, and I have another bin so I could feed them separately.
Man, just when I think I can't find a new type of video, I do.
What new type of video did you find?
I just came across this. It's a live channel currently. It's old. It's a like Tom and Jerry cartoon picture. It's oldies playing in another room, and I just turned it on for like 5 minutes, and it's like you're in like a 1920s house. Like the record player type thing just running.
Yeah. Okay, small mouse size. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah, I know rats are better. Right now they're together because they're little. And I'm working on a permanent, thing for them. Okay. So I should start feeding them twice a week, even at this size. Because I think they're a little skinny.
Now both those are going in the 60, right?
Yeah, well, I'm turning it into the 60 into more of a the kind that has the glass doors on the front and
terrarium type style.
Yeah.
You're gonna bust the front out.
Oh no, I have lots of tanks with broken glass.
Oh.
And I already talked to, there's a really cool glass place who's really cheap. If you want to, you bring them something to have them cut it.
Yeah. Oh, so you're gonna do it like on its front then?
Oh, yeah, that'd actually be good because the only thing I wasn't looking forward to is driving to Santa Fe once a week.
You so pretty much you're setting it up to where it's sitting on its front as the foot.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that way, because a lot of snakes just, they live in the bins, which are low, because ball pythons don't climb really. They're like more ground snakes. Yeah, these guys are used to eating live foods, but once they get eating good, and the guy was like, yeah, I feed him with tongs and just sit there and hold the mouse over him until they get around to eating it. And it's like, well, I've never done that, but I guess I could try it. It's like, not that I'm going to ever leave them alone with a live food in there. That's how my ex killed my boa constrictor.
Yeah, the mouse ends up biting the snake.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was only gone for an hour and I came back and there's a big hole in the snake. I was like, well, he also killed a horse and a pony, and a couple of cats.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Who were you married to? Timothy McVeigh?
No, actually, he was just a racist asshole.
Holy sheep shit.
Yeah, it was all just a matter of neglect and, oh, the horse is colicking and I'd have the vet out and he says, keep walking the horse. So after the vet left, they went into the house and ate dinner and the horse laid down and died. Yeah, he's got a heat mat and I just got a heat mat with a thermostat from the pet store. So I was actually changing them. And it's like 82 to 84 degrees. And I have a humidity heat monitor thing coming.
You can even put 2 heat pads on there because you can put one on the bottom and on the top. So if you want to make it a little bit warmer, you can turn both of them on.
Yeah, well, I have the heater, like the hide right now is half over the heater and half not.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, until the dog poked a big hole in the wall, it was warmer. And it'll warm up as soon as the next time the heater clicks on. Live food, George.
Did you take like a towel and stick it in the hole for time being, or?
Nah, t-shirt. Same
that'll work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have said any material.
Yeah. T-shirt was the closest thing.
Yeah. What I do, actually, I found out year round I do it because it's a great. It works for the air conditioning too. I take a towel, I roll it up, and put it right at the base of the door.
Oh, it keeps the heater cold in.
Yeah.
I don't have a door though.
I do it on the door going to the basement.
An inside door for this was like $50.
Oh, not anymore. No, inside door. Yeah. No, not anymore. They're like $100 now.
Oh God.
Out here. Outside doors are like $200, $300, $400 now.
Well, actually, considering it was a mobile, the doors are probably more expensive because they're smaller.
Oh, that in a mobile home it might be different, but these are 36-inch door, hollow core is like $80, $90 now.
Okay, so I have to have another question. Yeah, he wanted to know if you feed them live food, and I have another question. because this is a problem I've never had with a snake, but I know I've had lots of acquaintances that have a problem feeding their balls. Oh, shut up.
Sorry.
Okay, I just, yeah. I opened myself up to that one. Okay, how about this instead?
So glad I wasn't drinking at that time.
What happens if they don't want to eat? Do I do the old hot dogs with vitamins?
What would they think of like a piece of steak? Can a steak I don't know, can steak eat like steak? That's kind of hard to say.
Um,
Do not die on stream with me.
I won't die.
That sounded like a good ass hit.
Yeah. I went to literally pour the last of the soda down or drink it, and I tipped my head way back, and some of it went up my nose.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my god. Dude, as soon as you said that, my nose started hurting.
oh.
Oh.
I think my nose is mad at me.
But can you like, because you were mentioning hot dogs, can you feed like pieces of steak to snakes?
I don't know.
You know-
When my dad would catch the wild bull snakes, if we couldn't get them to eat, he used to feed them, put vitamins inside of a piece of a hot dog that was the right size,
Mm.
and open their mouth and push it down their throat, and then they'd finish, putting it down the rest of their throat.
Which, like, isn't it that their whole body is a throat?
Kind of. But since you're here, I'll ask you now. Because I know some people have had problems feeding pythons. And I don't want them to, like, not eat. So any hints are greatly appreciated. And nobody says anything.
Oh, I don't know about snake, I don't
Yeah,
do snakes,
I
so.
know.
Ask me useless information, I can call up, I can answer it. It still blew me away that 503, one of her questions was, how long does an elephant gestation? Because it's one of those pieces of useless knowledge I have.
Yeah. I think that if they are feeding frozen mice or rats, because they don't want the mouse or rat to chew on the snake. My problem with that is that I think when you feed your animals, that you should be watching them. I watch my fish. I watch my dogs. I never leave. I mean, what are you going to do? Sit there and hold the mouse or the frozen rat or frozen mouse over, the snake so it looks like it's moving? Or are you just going to throw it in there and let it, like, start decomposing?
What my boss, when I worked at one of the pet shops, my boss, they would take it and put it like right in front of, they would thaw it out and then put it right in front of the snake. So it's, the snake would pick it up faster with its, because they got great smell, but, sticking it right in front, they definitely smell it.
Oh, my last ball was a voracious eater. I would barely get it into the bin before it would eat. But because I live like an hour and a half away from the closest pet store, frozen is definitely going to be the way for me to go. And I would rather buy frozen rats from somebody I know than somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, not that anybody is going to do anything really weird or bad to the frozen mice or frozen rats, but
Oh, Posiwi, you're gonna love this. Wireless LEDs. Think of the possibilities.
I have, the tennis shoes that have glowing, these actually have USB LEDs in them. You plug
I've
your
seen
shoe.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, and the dog chewed the tongue off of one of my shoes, and I was actually thinking about chopping them open to save the LED lights and wiring.
That might be possible. Might be possible. Think about it. Encased in glass. And then just take a bunch of them and throw them inside of a tank.
Just slip them through a clear tubing.
Well, no, I was thinking like a gravel. Each one is encased in glass, so it's a bunch of glass pebbles, and you throw them all in a tank, and at night you can just flip them on, and it just glows.
That'd be cool. But then you're lighting the bottom of your tank again.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you could always suspend a net on the top with LED lights, and then that could be the stars.
Oh, yeah. That is, man, wireless LEDs.
Okay, Danny,
Jesus.
thank you for coming. I'll be streaming more. But are you really going to bed? Or are we going to see you in 10 minutes?
What, is that Kevin again?
No,
Oh.
Danny said he's going to bed. So I said, what, are you going to be back in 10 minutes?
Yeah. That seems to be the theme today.
Yeah, with everybody. No, really, really, Jeffrey. You said you were going to bed. Well, good night. George, thank you. I may be contacting you about what to do if they don't eat, only because I'll start getting paranoid. Although I know they can go a long time without eating, it's just not good for them. And I would like them to grow nice and strong. And healthy. And thank you for coming by, coming in. We will have nobody in chat. I mean, there's people hiding, but oh my goodness. With Danny and George gone? Oh, we're up to 7. Somebody's popped in. Hello, whoever you are. There must be a way to see who's lurking.
No.
Oh. Aha! They're failing in their jobs.
No, they like taking away things. YouTube's not going to do anything that'll help any in reasonable way.
Oh my God, like Facebook. I was banned from my memories because I was going too fast.
Yeah. I remember you telling us about that. Well, did you hear about Twitter now?
No.
What's his name? The castaway looking dude that owned Twitter. He stepped down. He stepped down. and someone else now runs Twitter, which is even worse than Castaway looking dude.
They're just ruining the whole world.
No, they're pretty much said if what was it? Muslim and extremist. If you're not going to make a distinction between Muslim and extremist, then there's no there is none between whites and racists. And then, like his next tweet a later tweet is it has something about it has nothing to do with the First Amendment. It has to do with the information and how we want to present it.
Oh, geez. Well, the mother of Kennedy, okay, Kennedy's black. My kids are white. Well, my son is brown, but she accused them of being racist. And it's like, they want to adopt a black baby and they're white, and you're accusing them of being racist?
Yeah, everything's racist now. Dude, I watched a video of making a good argument on how overpasses are racist.
Overpasses?
Yeah. In New York City, there's these overpasses that are only like 9 feet tall. So which means the buses can't get there, and that means it's racist. I'm like,
Oh my God.
what?
I don't know. People have lost it.
And that was because the only reason they had low is because it's a boulevard. There is no buses or trucks on there anyway.
Ah, what do they think of next? No, I shouldn't ask that question, because I'll wake up
yeah.
tomorrow and I'll look at the news and I'll just like be dumbfounded.
You know what I think? Owning a Chevy is racist. Oh no, not a Chevy. A Maytag. Owning a Maytag. Like everyone owns a Maytag something.
Well, I know my dryer. No, I don't own a Maytag.
Oh no. I'm trying to think of a company that like is. I guess maybe GE would be a better brand because they make everything.
Yeah, because my washer, I think, is a GE.
They make fridges, they make washers, they make stoves, they make air conditioning units,
They make irons.
they make washers and dryers for clothes, irons, and I'm sure a good host of like kitchen appliances,
Oh, yeah.
aka blenders, mixers, shit like that.
Yeah.
Even though we all know if you're gonna have a mixer, it's the what's that good
KitchenAid.
one? Is it a KitchenAid? Yeah, that big ass honking thing that you can use as a boat anchor.
Yeah, I gave my KitchenAid to my daughter, only because she'll use it more than me.
I think once my parents pass away, the KitchenAid blender is going to cause a war.
I had to buy my blender.
Yeah, that thing, dude. No matter what I've ever mixed, I've never been able to stop that thing.
Oh, I know what would stop it. My next door neighbor was I guess she was 15, and she came over and she had her hand covered by a towel, and she goes, "I really need help." And the tears were flowing from her eyes, and she was trying to be really brave. And I said, "Kirsten, what did you do?" And she removed the towel, and she got her hand stuck in the mixer blades.
Well,
And they were kind of at bizarre angles.
stupid.
Yeah. But she was really lucky she didn't break any fingers. Dented them real good.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, turn it off. That goes back
My
to the
kids would
whole.
never stick their hand in the mixer. You
Yeah,
know?
that goes back to the whole make sure my kid don't eat poop comment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, seriously.
Well, parents don't raise their kids anymore. A lot of them don't. I mean, I felt
Yeah.
sorry for one of David's soccer teammates. He missed a goal, and his dad was like 15 feet away. And, the kid goes walking up there with his head down. And I could see how hard his dad had grabbed his arm. And it was that dad bent over giving him a talk. And the kid looked absolutely terrified. And I said, and there we have our typical overzealous soccer dad. I mean, God, they're like 6 and 7 years old.
Yeah, it's.
You don't do that to little kids, or then they grow up hating athletics.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, what the hell is dad saying anything for anyway? How about you get your ass out and play soccer? If soccer is so important to you, get your ass out and play soccer.
Yeah, you do it.
Don't live through your kid. That's not the point of a kid. The point of a kid is to extend your genealogy and for someone to help around the house.
Yeah, I wasn't very good with helping around the house, but we always had a maid. And I remember once my mom dumped everything on the floor in the middle of my room, and 2 weeks later, her and the maid cleaned it up. And she always yells at me about having a messy house, and it's like, I know there's a method and a way to do it. I just haven't figured it out yet.
You know how I learned how to, to be mindful of everything? My parents had a thing what they called the Saturday box. And if you put something, if you just left something lying around and didn't put it away where it was supposed to go, it went into the Saturday box. And you got it back on Saturday. Or you had to buy it back. Go ahead. Don't put your shoes away. All you have to do is not put your shoes away once. You'll learn.
Sorry, I was filing my tooth.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I have a big hole in my tongue from where it from when it broke yesterday. And I filed it down, but I lost another piece. And my poor tongue is getting sore.
Yep. It takes a while for your tongue to reform.
Yeah. And my dentist appointment is next Wednesday. Wow, 3 hours and 5 minutes. Ooh.
What you need to do is like stick the tip of your tongue on the opposite side of your mouth, and it'll pull that tongue away from that tooth for long enough for it to heal. For one, it might take like a couple days. You just got to be conscious of it.
I know, but then how do I talk?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's all this talking that made it sore again.
yeah.
And on that note, thank you everybody for coming. Let's see, what am I supposed to say? Hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're not already. And thank you for coming. I really like this, and I'm going to do it again.
Have fun, y'all.
Bye.